Ho, ho, ho. Merry Christmas.
Who are you calling a hoe? And it's not Christmas Day. It's almost Halloween. What are you drinking?
The eggnog.
The eggnog. Did you put alcohol in it? Because I'm 99% sure in this episode of Sister Wives, Kody and Robyn did not. Or if they did, they were providing minors with alcohol.
Well, I mean, the alcohol is the nog in the egg.
It is. Without it, it just tastes like, I don't know, like pina colada mix without the rum. It's just thick. It's supposed to be mixed with something. But yeah, Sister Wives got us in the season. I'm hiding my Holly Jolly shirt. Here it is.
I got my tis the season.
And right now I'm sitting really far away from my desk, so the camera can catch this. I'm going to scoot back up before we start Sister Wives. But what a Meri episode. Although she wasn't in it that much, was she?
No, but it did make me want to put my Christmas tree up after watching all of this.
I don't even have my Halloween decorations up yet. Sister Wives, Season 20, Episode 5, Kissing Another Man's Wife. Let's watch.
Remote reality, yeah, that's the key. Unlocking stories wild and free. With the host, side by side. Channel surfers, let's ride.
Welcome to Remote Reality. This is Lauren.
And this is Dee.
So Dee, where did you take your bitch lessons?
That shit came natural.
I know. Some of us just have a talent.
I know.
We've never needed bitch lessons, but I also was a little bit shocked that these happened in the middle of a Cracker Barrel. That doesn't really seem like the place to be screaming, "You don't control me, bitch."
Not at breakfast. Or brunch, whatever the hell it was.
You need to go somewhere that has mimosas. That will help.
Well, now some Cracker Barrels do have mimosas.
And I think this one was, you said it was called DeeDee's.
Yeah, it's DeeDee's, like family restaurant. But it looks like
Farmhouse
a Cracker Barrel.
Cafe.
Yeah, it looks like a Cracker Barrel.
Exactly.
Very, yeah.
Has all the stuff in it that Robyn probably purchases everything when she goes in there, which is why Kody doesn't take her to Cracker Barrel. It's cheaper to go to an expensive restaurant than to take Robyn to a Cracker Barrel. So we start out with Meri and Jen having their brunch at Cracker Barrel, DeeDee's farmhouse restaurant. And Logan has apparently asked Meri for her candy cane recipe. Hard candy is, I think it's hard to make. Have you ever tried making hard candy?
No. By the time I get done with my cookies and candies and pumpkin logs and everything else, I don't have time for hard candy.
I've tried, but you have to like boil the syrups and get it at a certain temperature. It's a process. And I've never made a candy cane before. I never really even successfully made hard candy. I can't get hard.
Our skills are not in the kitchen.
I mean, I microwave a lot, but I can cook. I just don't.
Is it one of them things like, you know, when your husband asks you to do something and you don't want to do it right so that it doesn't get asked of you again? I used to do that all the time. I'd be like, I don't know how to do that. Well, just try. And then I'd just completely fuck it up so I would not be asked again.
No, I love cooking. I'm just usually too tired to cook.
Gotcha.
And Rob doesn't ask me to do anything. He knows better. This would not be a Sister Wives episode if we weren't talking about property moving Coyote Pass. So, of course, Meri has to bring up the property not being divided yet. And she just wishes that Kody was a good communicator. That's all she wants. 30 years and he never was. But if he could just squeak one out, it'd be great.
Oh my gosh. Like at this point, the whole world knows this man can't communicate.
No, we see later in the episode where he's talking to Aurora's boyfriend and they don't have a clue what Kody is talking about. Meri, you would have better luck wishing for a time machine to take you back to before you bought Coyote Pass with Kody and tell yourself, don't do this. Don't buy this unless your name is on the deed for everything you're putting money into. That's more realistic than Kody communicating effectively with you. So you know me, I went digging for the Coyote Pass property records because Meri is saying Christine should have talked to her and Janelle and made this decision with everybody. She feels like this decision was just made with Kody and Robyn. The deed for Coyote Pass, this is the deed right here. If you're on YouTube, you can see it. I pulled it up. It had Kody, Robyn, and Christine on it as owners. And then Christine, she took her name off of it. She gave her 1/3 interest to Kody and Robyn. So ownership, it was removing an owner. You weren't adding any new owners. And it depends on the law. I'm not familiar with the law in Arizona, but adding owners, sometimes that can trigger a reassessment where you have the county look at the tax value and you may have to pay higher property taxes. For example, if the value of your house has increased, there's limitations sometimes if it's your residence. Like in South Carolina, they only reassess once every 5 years, and the reassessment value can't be more than 15% of the prior value. So when house prices doubled here, the tax assessed values didn't reflect that for the residences. But if somebody had sold the property, then the county would go in and look at the value. So something like that could have happened. It could also have to do with like recorder fees. It's just more simple typically to take a name off. I bet the real estate attorney suggested that. And at the time, Janelle and Meri were still with Kody. I don't know that they would have fought hard to have their names on this property.
That makes sense. Yeah. Yeah.
The situation hadn't changed for them.
Right. Maybe Meri.
How much longer until Meri realizes that Kody is an ass? Question of the day from Jen. She gets so mad. She's like throwing her orange down, pissed off. She's eating the orange garnishes.
Just toss it at Meri.
Just smack her in the face with it. I think that Meri has a good plan here, though. She's trying to resolve this without getting the courts involved. This would be a pretty complex legal situation. Her name isn't on the title to this property with Christine. So she couldn't just go and bring a partition action. A partition action is when an owner, you already have legal ownership in it, goes and divides the property up. And there could be issues with statute of limitations, which means maybe she's waited too long. Basically, she would have to get some sort of legal right to this property first before you go and force the sale. So you would have to do maybe a constructive trust, which we deal with that a lot with bankruptcy, or a quiet title action. And I looked up some law on constructive trust in Arizona, and there was a case where this guy was an immigrant and he didn't really speak English very well, but he made friends with somebody and they decided to start this business together, and he was making payments toward it. And because he didn't have a lot of knowledge on how everything worked, this guy just set it all up in his name, even though they were owning it jointly, and that was the intent. And it had been 20 years, but he died, and then his estate started trying to take over the property. The guy whose name it was in died. So what the court found is that he could claim a constructive trust here. Now, they found that even though it was 20 years, the statute had not run, because it starts running when you realize you can't trust the situation anymore, which would have been when the guy died and his heirs started going after the assets. So in this case, it might be more complex. When did you stop trusting Kody? What if it was 10 years before he left? It could be a complex case. And then once you get that right, you have a judgment saying you are a beneficiary of a constructive trust, then you might go and look at enforcing a partition. But it's complicated. I think for her to try to work things out with Kody, it's, we can do this the easy way or we can do this the hard way. And if he doesn't agree, then yeah, you'll get lawyers involved. It's going to cost a lot of money to go through several legal proceedings. And if you can work it out without that loss, even better.
But Meri gives Jen a time frame. Like if he hasn't done it by 6 weeks, then I'm going to do something.
But she doesn't say what she's going to do.
No.
It's Jen that says you're going to get your attorney right.
You're going to sick your attorney on him.
Having an attorney is fine. Maybe if Kody doesn't listen to her, he will listen to a letter saying if you don't get this resolved within a certain time, we'll have no option but to bring litigation. And then Jen asks Meri, why are you being so nice? And Meri says it's because I don't want to be seen as a bitch. Well, you know what, Meri? They all kind of already think you are. So just embrace it.
Yeah. Be a bitch. Join the club.
So they're practicing. They're practicing at Cracker Barrel. You don't control me, bitch.
Can
Get
you
your
imagine?
shit together. Like, honestly, that's good advice for Kody. I don't know if that's being a bitch. That's very practical.
What would be funny is, though, if there was people around listening to this conversation that didn't know Jen was giving her bitch lessons, and they're like, oh my gosh, there's going to be a throwdown in the Cracker Barrel.
The kids at the table next door with their crayons, like, bitch. Just repeating it.
Although I have to say, I've actually had that conversation with my sister when she lived with me years ago for a few months, recently after her divorce as well. And I was like, I just need to bitch you up. You're like way too nice. You're way too nice.
Just comb your hair, Kody. I was like, what hair? And you don't curl curly hair. And then when they cut to the ITMs, Jen's like, bitch, where's my money? And I'm imagining Jen in collections. I'm just like, if he files bankruptcy, don't ask that, because then you're going to be in violation of the automatic stay. You're going to be in trouble with the federal courts. Just like, if Meri tells you there's a bankruptcy notice, let's not go, bitch, where's my money to Kody?
You need to file that correct form.
You need to object at that point. Write your objection to the court. Bitch, where's my money? Just kidding. This is not legal advice. That's horrible bankruptcy advice. It's what you don't do.
Exactly.
The next time we see Meri and Jen, they are flying to New York on Meri's business.
I can't imagine what kind of business Meri has in New York unless maybe she's been asked to be on a show or something out there.
Oh, maybe.
Otherwise, I can't imagine any business she would have out there.
But it's Christmas time. It is getting them in the Christmas spirit.
I would love to go to New York at Christmas. That's like one of the things I've always wanted to do.
There's just so many people. I don't want to.
I know.
Piece around. But with all of those people, maybe she will find a single man. Miracles happen at Christmas.
It's a Christmas miracle.
What version of Miracle on 34th Street did you see? Like, are you trying to make a man jump off a bridge, Meri?
Or save one? All I know is the running theme this season is Meri seems to be obsessed with finding a man.
I thought the running theme of this season was balls, because it's definitely a running theme in this episode. This is one of the times that balls are mentioned. Meri wants to go ice skating, and it's raining and it's snowing, and she can't go outside and ice skate. I guess, is it Madison Square Garden that does the ice skating?
I don't know. Maybe.
I don't know, somewhere up there north.
I thought it was I thought it was like in front of the tree in Rockefeller Center. I always thought, like, whenever I've seen people ice skating, that tree is in the background. So
I think you're right.
Wherever that tree is, somewhere around there.
But they find this little Christmas setup, and it has a pool with white balls. And they're just like, we love balls. I got to get in and touch the balls.
I'm sorry. I'm thinking of that song, Big Balls.
I don't know that song.
Oh my gosh, who sang it? This is an oldie, so it's like 70s or 80s. I'll have to find it for you because we don't have time for me to sit here and try and figure out. But it's like, who's got big balls? We got big, but who's got the biggest balls of them all? It's a song. Trust me.
Well, these are just like little snowballs.
Yeah, they remind me of the little bouncy, the bouncy house balls.
McDonald's play balls.
Yeah, for little kids.
Dee, can you imagine the germs in that ball pit?
I was just getting ready to say that because you know what a germaphobe I am. And
I know. Like, I didn't even think about it until I was looking at you. I was thinking Dee would be so gross.
Oh my gosh. It'd be like hand sanitizer gloves if that's possible. Like, just
Dee needs a hazmat
in my feet. The little surgical slip-on socky thingies for my boots. Yeah.
Dee's not playing in the balls.
No, I'm not playing in those. I'm not playing in those
balls.
balls. No. Not those balls.
Jen is pulling this travel demon out of Meri. Meri was not a traveler until she started hanging out with Jen, and she felt bad about it. I don't think I would feel bad if I was married and Meri, and my husband was married to 3 other women, and I was getting like 1/4 of his time on a good week. I would be traveling. I wouldn't sit there waiting around for him to come home.
Now, I don't know if I would like to go to certain destinations by myself. Like, I probably would want a travel companion, but I have absolutely no trouble driving 12, 14, 16 hours to get to like friends or family so that I can spend time with them and do different things with them. So, heck yeah, go. Get out of there.
Kody, he makes this comment about how Meri would just disappear and no one would know where she was. She was off traveling. Kody, it's called a phone. Literally, pick up the phone, scroll to the just ask it, hey, Siri or whatever, dial Meri, and you can find out where she's at.
Well, Siri.
Shouldn't have said that out loud.
Siri found Siri found 7 matches though, Lauren. Well, even before when they were together, which is what I was assuming he was referenced to, I really don't think he gave a shit where she was.
I don't think
she could have been
either.
Yeah, she could have been going for 2 weeks and he probably wouldn't called to say, "Hey Meri, where are you?" He probably didn't even talk to her in 2 weeks. If she was sitting at her house for 2 weeks, she probably did not hear from him.
If you don't care enough to pick up the phone, then why are you complaining about it now? You know why? Because he's playing victim. He has to find any reason to try to make himself look like a victim when it's like, you didn't even care where she was.
Yeah.
You didn't care. You could have picked up the phone. You're not a victim. You're a jerk.
Yeah. He just can't unwind the asshole. He just can't.
Unwind the asshole. What is it called when you prolapse? Might be able to. But that was pretty sad. Was Meri's only support system. Christine's like, I stopped talking to her. And this is what I always say when there's like seeking sister wives. Oh, well, I really need somebody there for me. Have a friend. Have a Jen. Jen is an amazing friend. She's wants to like lift Meri up and empower her. She's a solid friend.
She's fun too. Like I could hang with Jen for sure. As
My
long as
speed
we
might be a little bit faster paced at times than Cracker Barrel brunches.
Well, I just have them adding the rum to the eggnog or the champagne to the mimosas. Double that. Give me a double mimosa. Me and Jen want double mimosas.
Add vodka to it.
I thought you said add fuck it to it. Add a fuck it to it as well.
And one of those.
That is what a mimosa is good for. Let's just say fuck it to everything. Mimosas for everyone.
Now, Meri said she expected a different vibe from guys in New York because she changed her location. I guess she was on like Tinder or Grindr or I don't know. I don't know how these work. She expected like to level up. I would think you would have a different vibe, like a Midwest guy and a guy up north, a little bit more say what you're thinking.
Yeah. I don't know. I was not, when she said that she had turned it on in New York, I honestly didn't think she would find anybody to vibe with her in New York, at all.
Well, she wouldn't know what to do with them if she found them.
Well, that's true, but they probably wouldn't know what to do with her either.
And how does she expect to meet a single guy in this street? Like, is she having this meet cute in her head where she, drops her tampon and a condom and she's like, oh, no.
Well, has she ever been to New York?
Pick it up.
Is this like
her ring?
Is this her first time going to New York?
I don't know.
Like, they're not very hospitable. Like, you're not going to run into somebody on the street and they'll be like, oh, hi, excuse me. Most of the time it's just, hey, watch out.
When was the last time you went to New York?
It's been a while. Let's see. Maybe 15 years.
See, I think they're hospitable, but
everybody's in a hurry getting somewhere.
I've lived up north before, and in the South, it's very different hospitality.
Right.
But yeah, everybody was super nice all the times that I've been.
Well, like if I was actually in a restaurant or something, yes, absolutely very hospitable with everybody that I had to interact with. But I'm talking about walking down the street. If you accidentally bumped into somebody, they're not going to stop and have a conversation with you like you might have here,
But not everybody here will either.
Although I did go up to this woman and I loved her shoes. So I was sitting there like, I love your shoes. Where did you get them from? And she wasn't from the United States. She didn't speak any English. So I don't know what she said. It was, blah, 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 and I was like, shoes. I was like pointing at her shoes
saying
and
the
going
word
like
in English and giving her a thumbs up does not If somebody looked at you and said zapatos, do you have any idea?
After I tried a couple of times to find out where she got the shoes, I was just like, I just pointed to shoes and gave her a thumbs up because I'm an idiot.
It's been a while
That's just
since
me.
you've been, because now you just take a picture of the shoes. Probably don't even have to ask, and then upload it to Google.
Yeah, I'm definitely showing my age. It's probably been long. Actually, it's probably been closer to 20 years because, yeah, definitely, because my kids were in junior high, and yeah, it's 20 years or more since I've been
It's
up
been
there.
10 years for me, but I went a few times with my friends, like 10, 15 years in that range. One of my friends, we went on a girls trip, like 3 of us from Charlotte, and went to New York. We came back, and within 3 weeks, she had sold her house, gotten a job in New York, and moved. She was she's like, Charlotte dating sucks. If you've seen Love is Blind, you know. And I'm out of here.
I absolutely loved New York when I went. Like, if my parents had exposed me to New York before I turned 18, my butt would have went straight there after school.
My friends lived there for a while after high school.
Yeah, I love the energy of that city.
I do too. But as I'm getting older, I mean, I'm not at like a Meri and Jen level energy right now, but
yeah,
I don't think I have enough energy for the city. It's fun to go for a weekend, but I don't think I could live there.
I don't know if I want to raise a family there. I think the hustle bustle would just be too much, you know, just trying to get kids someplace or get them to school and things like that. That would probably make me move out. But heck yeah, after I graduated, I would have loved it.
New York D's coming for you. So now it's time for a country Christmas at Janelle's Pine Farmhouse. Hey, you've got the 'Tis the Season shirt. You've got a red truck with a real Christmas tree in it.
Yeah, yeah.
Right from the Pine Farm. Christine is headed that way, and they walk up, Christine and David, and there's this ball. It's like the size of a softball, and it's rusted, and it's laying in the garden, and Christine tells David that's a cannonball from the Civil War. And David goes, no, it's not. Christine said, yeah, it is.
I'll bet you $5.
Caleb told me. Yeah. Caleb will tell you. So she goes in and she goes, Caleb, isn't that a cannonball from the Civil War? And Madison goes, it is. And Janelle is an ITM's like, I don't know. She's been sitting there. And David goes, I know you're going to lie to me, Caleb, but is it? Caleb's like, no, it's not. Christine must have gullible written all over her face.
It sounds like they all did. I mean, Caleb had the bullshit going on them ladies.
When cannonballs are found from like Civil War, Revolutionary War, they have to send people out there to make sure that they're not the type that have like shrapnel shells or a case shot, because they can be dangerous. They have to go and have a team go out there and remove it and inspect it. Now, if it's a solid shot cannonball, it's fine. But if you find a cannonball, you have to call the authorities to come and check it out. They wash up on the beaches a lot here in Charleston. So we get that in the news. But yeah, you just don't leave the cannonball there. Plus, the cannonballs are usually bigger, like bowling ball size.
Yeah. But you know, Caleb was enjoying that.
I wonder what else he tells them that they don't.
I know. It's so funny. I can think about like so many things if
all
they're
the
that
random
gullible
stuff.
I know.
Now, David echoes our thoughts about finding Janelle a man from last week.
I know. I was like, we said that. We said that, David.
We said farmers only.
Yeah.
She can go find her a nice guy with a 6-pack.
Yep, that's the Tinder version.
She says that Kody has abs. David's like, no, we'll get you a real 6-pack, girl.
Yeah,
you don't need those Kody, whatever it is. Kody is very, very high maintenance. He's higher maintenance than me. I'm not high maintenance. I'm low maintenance.
I'm medium. I'm medium maintenance.
I'm super low maintenance. But Christine is trying to explain to Janelle, look, don't worry about dating. It can be easy. You can get easy guys.
What was it David said? Well, not easy, but everybody had easy confused with what was
sexually
meant. Yeah.
adventurous. But you know what? Yeah, Guys can be easy. It's all right.
I think
Maybe
Janelle,
she's an easy guy.
I think Janelle needs easy all the way around. I think she's been Kody traumatized. She needs to get on FarmersOnly and get her an easy all around guy. I am liking Janelle's taste. It is definitely better than Meri's.
Okay, Dee.
What?
She ended up with Kody.
I know, but she's gotten wiser as she's gotten older.
Maybe. She says, yeah, these are the guys that I think are attractive, but I ended up with Kody, which made me think, is she a good candidate for Love is Blind?
Oh, I would love to see her on Love is Blind.
Although, really, do you think she fell in love with Cody's personality?
Oh, God, no.
If it wasn't
Well,
his
I mean,
looks and
to be fair, they all say that Kody did not used to act like this.
it was Robyn.
It was Robyn that changed the way. And that's when, I agree. I think that over the years, the more time he's spent with Robyn, the worse he's gotten.
Or the more comfortable he's gotten with the cameras.
Well, or the less he just gives a shit about the other three. And Robyn was...
He was having issues with Meri when he met Robyn. And then basically you see his issues with Christine right from the first episodes.
Honestly, the issues that they had, he had no business bringing a fourth wife into that until they had that stuff ironed out and straightened out, if it was even possible to do.
I think Robyn was Meri's tenant.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Look,
that makes
I'm
sense.
such a great wife. I'm going to let you have another wife.
I think you should. We get along great. And I think that Christine and Janelle may have gotten along better, the two of them, and Meri kind of probably felt left out. So bringing
Christine says that they got closer during COVID. They bonded over hating Kody, not hating Kody, but hating his rules about COVID. So a mutual dissent is an amazing way to start a friendship. But now they're choosing to be family. Janelle is Christine's chosen family.
Mm-hmm. I love it. I love seeing it when the both of them are together on the show.
I mean, I think of my friends here like family.
Mm-hmm. A lot of us do. Some of us are closer with our friends than we are family.
I mean, I do done holidays with them. And so, yeah, your friends can be your chosen family. They talk about traditions. And Christine says that the first Christmas away, they didn't do Robyn's bread. They didn't do Meri's candy canes and pajamas. I remember the pajamas.
I do too. And
Robyn's choosing to keep that tradition. She's like, oh, I'll just buy pajamas for my kids. She's not making them. What would it look like if Robyn made her kids pajamas? It would be like sacks. It would be like a pillowcase, and she would just cut a head hole out and some armholes. Here's your jammies. Wouldn't even be a smooth neckline.
No. I think that Robyn is the kind of person that will order them from some obsolete place that nobody's heard of and then say she made the pajamas.
She gets it on Etsy.
Yeah. Oh, I slaved over these pajamas for everybody for Christmas just in time.
It was me. I did it.
Yeah, she's definitely the person who buys the frozen food containers and dumps them into the fancy dishes and sticks them on the Thanksgiving table.
The first Christmas that Christine was separated from the family, they decided to leave Robyn and Meri's traditions at the door. She didn't say anything about Janelle's traditions, so I don't know if that's because Janelle doesn't have traditions or she was just like, oh, we can do without Meri's pajamas and candy canes and without Robyn's bread.
I know, but the kids really seem to want it. And I get that. If these are traditions that the kids have had throughout the years, those are the things that make the holidays enjoyable for them that they want to continue. So, and I think Christine got that, because
Robyn got it. I mean, instead of making the kids pajamas, because I could only imagine she would get a pillowcase and cut out arms and a head if she tried to make it. She probably went on Etsy and ordered them, and she's like, I made these.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking.
Her tradition, so she adopted that. She buys them pajamas every year, Robyn does. But Robyn's traditions, they said, right after Thanksgiving, like the weekend after, they would do movies and decorating Christmas cookies, which that's fun. But then she said bread was her tradition.
What was the bread? Yeah, I don't remember anything that was Robyn's bread.
Like Robyn's eating carbs today because Jesus.
Robyn's bread. Maybe she's making some money. That's dough, isn't
I don't
it?
think
That's dough, isn't it?
She's not making money. That's no. Unless we're talking about all of the monetary gifts she gets from her sister wives, the $5 in a card or whatever they give her.
Maybe she should be making her ass some friendship bread. There's an Amish recipe out there that I can hook her up with.
She'd probably burn. She would eat it and just light on fire.
Friendship bread? What's friendship bread?
I don't want any of those friends. I was surprised that they said a lot of plural families don't celebrate Christmas together.
Yeah, I just thought by watching them over all these years that they always got together, but apparently some of the men go from house to house to house.
And it depends. Some of families are like that. Some of them have that big house or close houses. I watch a YouTube channel called Knit to Self 444. It's an amazing channel, and the creators are both from the AUB. Melanie, her dad, is the prophet of the AUB, and Corey, he grew up in the AUB, actually in Montana near Robyn. He was friends with her brother. Mm-hmm. But Corey's family, they had a big house. And then as his dad took on more wives, they got a cabin beside it. So they were just living in that same space. Whereas Melanie's experience was that the different houses.
Gotcha.
But I do like that they came together for Christmas. Although I'm sure that had a lot to do with Christine and
Janelle. And Meri
planning
mm-hmm.
it.
Mm-hmm.
So they're decorating cookies. And we're back on the balls. McKelty likes those tiny balls. And Madison knows it. What is she trying to say about Kody? Not Kody. Tony. Well, we already know. Kody is like no balls.
Well,
but
I mean, is the ball size really definitive of the penis size though? Like,
I don't think so.
Yeah, I mean, I reckon somebody could have small balls and be bigger, or have big balls and nothing.
This Howard Stern episode once where it was guys with micro penises. Their balls were definitely way bigger than their penis. They showed it. It was great. Oh, Howard Stern. Speaking of tradition.
Yeah, let's watch Howard Stern.
Onions and honey cough syrup. No. What the heck?
Okay, so you need to elaborate a little bit because it actually starts with the food coloring and the icing that they're using to decorate the cookies.
It's all natural.
Yeah, they don't want any dyes or anything like that in the coloring. And then they went on to say, I think it was McKelty. Mm-hmm. She doesn't like over-the-counter cough syrup and things like that. So she does the onion and honey cough syrup for her kids when they would be sick.
The all-natural cough syrup is whiskey.
That's a hot toddy for me.
That's what you tell me. Every time I get a sore throat or I'm coughing, Dee is like, drink.
Yeah. Well,
hot toddy.
How quickly do I get over mine versus you? Like,
I'm diabetic. I have trouble healing.
I understand, but I'm like 2 or 3 days with hot toddies and I'm good and I have my voice back and I'll be telling you need a hot toddy. A week later, Lauren, drink a hot toddy.
To get hot toddy, it requires me to get up and go to the liquor store and I just don't feel good enough to go.
Hey, I have that shit in my medicine cabinet. I have specific whiskey and honey that's already mixed up. All I got to do is just stick it in there. I usually add some more honey and do a little bit of lemon juice and then the hot water.
To find a place to hide it from my husband.
Right. I'll drink
all my Malibu.
You need to just tell him it's medicine. Like, take the label off, put it in a different bottle, say it's medicine. He'll never know. But definitely
he goes to use the medicine. He's like, well,
that's my natural. No, in all honesty, I've not done the onion and honey, but I have done the onions like where you slice them and put them on the bottom of your feet and then you wrap them up and then you put socks on and you sleep in them, and it's supposed to pull anything viral and toxins and things like that out of your system overnight. True story.
Did
Works.
it do that, or did it just make your feet smell like onions?
Well, of course, everything smelled like onion, which was just disgusting. And it was hella hard to walk on. So you want to do it like right before bed. But yeah, I definitely felt a lot better the next day.
Walking on it?
Well, yeah, because you got these slices and they're supposed to go in the arch of your foot. So you put the slice, not a whole onion, obviously. You take a slice of an onion, you put it in the arch of your foot, and then I wrapped mine with saran wrap so it would stay in place, and then put the sock over top of it. And then I went to bed, but I had to walk from the bathroom to the bed.
Now, my grandma was a firm believer in the whiskey. She didn't keep it at her house either, but my aunt was having really bad stomach cramps about 40 years ago. And my grandma walked over to her neighbor Sporty's house and got her whiskey and gave a shot to my aunt, and it didn't help. They had to go to the hospital. Then she called my grandpa up and she's like, get out of crib. My aunt just had a baby. She didn't know she was expecting.
Oh, well, so that hot toddy brought something out.
Yeah, it doesn't work as an epidural. I wonder what the natural remedy is for, what's that stuff that you take that you like?
Ashwagandha? No. What are you talking about? I take the ashwagandha for my blood pressure.
No.
Which one?
The one that you're not give a shit pills.
Oh, I'm not allowed to talk about that.
It's probably some sort of like mushroom or something. We're going to get D on the micro.
I'm thinking it's a mushroom. I'm going to
get you on the micro.
I'm not taking a mushroom now or doing a mushroom, but there's this new brand. What is it? Rise or
I see
something?
It on Facebook all the
I know,
time.
and I wonder. I'm like, wonder if that shit works. It's like mushroom drinks.
Conversation transitions to health insurance, which Janelle says growing up, or as they were raising their family, sometimes she would have health insurance for her kids through her job. Sometimes Kody would have health insurance for Meri and Leon. But the other, Christine, it wasn't guaranteed, which, look, Kody, if you're going to divorce Meri to marry Robyn so that her kids go to you if something happens to her, why wouldn't you divorce Meri to get health insurance for 6 of your kids,
Exactly.
5 of your kids?
Yeah.
And then you have one that's not covered. And also she said that they made it really hard on plural families, but they don't apply for things as plural. Legally, they are not recognized as a plural family. They have to apply their legal status as single. We saw that on the deed. I actually pulled up Janelle's bankruptcy petition from 1997 because Janelle was saying that she had 2 months without insurance, which I'm thinking, well, why don't you get Cobra? That's less expensive than what happened, which was an exploded, I said her appendix.
You said her appendix.
And she said she made payments on that forever. So I was wondering if that was included in her bankruptcy. Her bankruptcy, it just had some debit cards, which she could have charged the medical debt off. We see people do that. And her job at the time was a master shopper consultant, clerical, a master shopper. Sounds like a job that Robyn would like.
And she had one I'd like.
Various self-employment, but she only had $436 a month in income. And this was in 1997. And this line right here, other monthly income or, support payments, usually I would put down like regular contributions to the household. On the expense schedule, she doesn't list any money for like rent. It's just like clothing, a little bit for laundry and dry cleaning, a little bit for transportation, a little bit for auto insurance. And usually I would explain why there's no rent. But it also just shows her household when it asks about dependents. So the household size, you've got 3. And bankruptcy forms have changed a lot since then. So I found that was interesting. But yeah, there was, I could do a deep dive into their bankruptcies. But yeah, I looked it up. It could be that she charged it off. It wasn't a lot of debt, though. It was only about $10,000 in debt. Although it was 97. So that went a lot farther back then.
Oh, yeah.
But like, what about children born out of wedlock? Can the father not get them insurance? if you're just looking at it from a legal standpoint, you're not going to apply it as a plural family.
You know, it seems to me like when I heard her talking about that part, she was talking specifically to Utah and them making it difficult for them to get assistance or anything like that.
But she was talking about health insurance, not benefit. It was really, and look,
if they were never actually married, I don't know if he could have been able to cover the kids or not.
But they're his kids. They are biological kids. Now, maybe she didn't have them on the birth certificate, but I don't know. There seems like there would be other ways. It just wasn't their priority to have the health insurance. I mean, food, roof over your head, electricity. They were living paycheck to paycheck. For some people, though, it's not an option. Like health insurance is it's a top priority over food and shelter for me because I'm type 1 diabetic.
Right.
I need it to live. I don't have the luxury of it being optional and like maybe I'll need it, maybe I won't. I have to have it. So it's always just kind of surprising to me. Like it's not surprising. I know a lot of people don't have it. It's extremely expensive. Just sucks. Diabetes sucks. Anyway, I digress. We wish you a Merry Christmas. Everybody's singing. They show Christine and David singing, Meri and Jen, Kody and Robyn, and Janelle.
And they're all singing. They're all singing the same song. What is it? What is the song?
We wish you a Merry Christmas.
Yes.
But they're not all singing.
No.
Kody and Robyn are singing, and I'm going to give them props. They did pretty good. They look bored as hell, but they did pretty good. Janelle cracked me up. She had that
the signs,
the holiday where the guy comes with the signs and he's holding them up at the door to tell the girl he likes how he feels, even though she just got married to his friend. She's holding up the signs with the lyrics.
With the lyrics every time it went to her. And I thought it was funny too when Christine tried to get everybody to do it in a round and they couldn't. She's like, okay, but I don't think that's a round.
It sounded like cats dying when we were
awful.
At Janelle's Country Christmas and they're all singing. So tone deaf. Props to Janelle for trying to save us with her signs.
Right.
Meri and Jen aren't even singing. They're just throwing glitter in each other's faces. Meri takes a handful of it and just straight shot into Jen's mouth, her eyeball. That stuff's never coming out. That are hurt. And then Christine and David, they're trying to sing, but they get too distracted by the fake snow. And they're like cats with yarn. They're like, oh, wait a minute. No, not singing. They're like playing with the snow. So that was cute. They had all four of them at the same time. And really, you're just hearing Kody and Robyn sing because everybody else is in their own little la la land.
Well, they actually, it's funny that you said that, you know, Kody and Robyn look absolutely bored in their little square because everybody else is having so much fun in theirs.
Kody and Robyn, womp womp. It's like Christmas with Scrooge. Speaking of Christmas with Scrooge, Kody and Robyn's Christmas, they don't want anybody getting any. They don't want anybody getting laid except for them.
No.
So they're a pack rat.
Oh my gosh. Did you see the amount of stuff he had in that garage?
And that's not 4 different gigantic, like snap-on toolboxes.
I mean, and it's not like we're not talking about the normal 2-car garage that you see attached to a house. This is like a separate, probably 40 by 40,
like a 4-car garage or something
on the lot, and it is packed.
And it's not their only garage. Because they say it could be in the other garage. Where do they park their cars?
I don't know. I guess they're sitting outside so that all their shit can be in these garages because it was just crate after crate after crate of stuff.
And they just moved. So maybe this is just some of their moving stuff that they have in the garages. But yeah, 4 different like gigantic snap-on toolboxes. Like, look, you don't need that many tools at each house. Meri says that Kody would go house to house and live out of a duffel bag, and then he just kind of got copies of everything for every house. But it's been a while since he did that at her house. But you don't need a gigantic craftsman toolbox at every house. If you've got a big project, like you're going to work on a car, take the car over to a different house or get the tools you need. Like have your basic stuff. You need, your screwdriver, your hammer, your wrench. But you don't need a big, gigantic toolbox at every single house filled with tools. That's expensive too. Those Snap-on toolboxes, those are like $10,000 each.
Not to mention all the tools that are in them that are expensive. It's not like, I see those
bankruptcy for people that have these kind of toolboxes.
Well, I see those kind of toolboxes with men who their profession, whatever they do for a living, requires those kind of tools. Yes.
Kody is a big enough tool. He doesn't need any more.
Facts.
Robyn finds some of Saul's old toys and she goes, put this with the grandkids stuff. What grandkids? Like, Kody doesn't have a relationship with his other kids, which Christine acknowledges and says is sad. So is this pressure on her kids? Or I doubt they're hoping that the other ones will come around. They didn't even go see McKelty and her kids before they went to North Carolina.
No. Maybe it is for a hint with Aurora, because Aurora was standing there when they were discussing it.
Robyn does this little dance. Yep. Aurora walks up during this to let them know she's got a boyfriend. She's never had a serious relationship, but this guy that she's been talking to for a while, he asked her to be his girlfriend. And Kody goes, did he ask you to go steady? Okay, Grandpa.
She kind of just said that, girlfriend.
Kody, the communicator, it's a shot in the dark what this man is talking about.
Yeah, and the conversation don't get any better. Like he's like tripping over stupidity right now. The rest of the show, he's tripping over his own stupidity.
Some of this is just misogynistic. Women don't have control over their own bodies stuff. But well, let's start with the fact that Aurora's new boyfriend's name is Brody. Brody and Kody. What kind of Freudian nightmare did we just walk into?
I know. I felt so sorry for Brody because I'm like, oh my gosh, you're like already. I feel like already you're a step behind everything. Like, no, don't.
Can you imagine walking into that house and the parents you're dealing with are Kody and Robyn, which Kody says he's the friendly one. Robyn's going to be sitting there giving the side eye.
Ugh.
Seriously, there better be some rum in their eggnog. I mean, they're 23 years old.
I hope the guy brought in like one of those little mini bottles in a pocket and he can just kind of sneak it in.
Now he's a cowboy. I wouldn't be surprised if he didn't have a flask, but Kody and Brody. Brody sounds like if Kody was hanging out with the guys, they would call him Brody. Like, yeah, bro.
Yeah.
What's up, Brody? And Kody thinks he's a cowboy and this guy's a cowboy.
Yeah.
She's going for a guy just like Kody. And his name is Brody.
I know. And I was sitting there going, we can't make this shit up. Like, we can't make this shit up. This is happening.
Now, before they meet Brody, Aurora is talking to Robyn and Kody about this. And Kody asks, does he look at... No, I'm not going to ask that. No. Does he look at you like I look at your mom? Ew. Like, first of all, she doesn't even need to see you looking at Robyn like that. None of us need to see it. Robyn doesn't even want to see that. Kody has no boundaries. Robyn clearly is not comfortable with him being all over her and showing PDA, and he doesn't care. He does not care how she feels about it. He does not care the limits that she is placing on him being all over her body, especially around other people. He just blasts right through those boundaries. It's so gross.
Well, and Aurora is completely confused. Like, I don't think she even knows how to answer that question.
She's like, oh, well, on one of our first dates, he looked at me like he was going to propose, which take her to an eye doctor. What do you mean he looked at you like he was going to propose?
What's that look like? What does proposing look like?
Apparently she got it wrong because they hadn't proposed yet. I don't even know if he was her boyfriend then because the news is just being broken now. They've been talking for a while. And Robyn's like, oh, get to know each other first, which is great advice. And she says, oh, we're praying on it. We're talking about things long term. He's met a lot of my checkpoints, which this is your first serious boyfriend.
Mm-hmm.
What do you know to check off the list at this point?
You know, she's probably got that list, you know, of what she expects or wants in a boyfriend. And I don't know.
Do you think it would be moving this quickly, or she would be in these thoughts at 23 if Kody didn't make her chastity such a big issue?
I don't know.
Is she
That's
just
a good question.
wanting it to move along so she can fuck?
Oh,
She wants to ride that cowboy.
I think she
save some
should,
horses.
you know, I think she should, you know, ride the cowboy.
Well, look at Kody. So Kody, he says that if you start dating somebody and you kiss them and you don't marry them, then you've kissed somebody else's wife, which it's just, what did you think?
I thought that was pretty stupid, like I said.
It's not someone's wife.
She
She's
is
not
her own
married.
person. She's her own person. If she wants to kiss somebody, she should be able to kiss somebody. If she wants to have sex with somebody, go have sex with them. You know, her future husband may or may not even exist. It's her
You're
life.
not
Do whatever you
married
want.
And somebody's wife until you're actually married.
Right.
Until
So-
then, you are single. And
So-
if we want to take his stupid logic a step further, okay, so you might be kissing someone's wife, you might be sleeping with someone's wife. Well, you might be talking to them all night on the phone. You might be holding their hand. You might be taking them out on dates. You might be talking about a future with someone's wife. Like, if we want to carry this logic over, then what, arranged marriage is the best option?
It just made no sense to me. And then I was like, so like he wasn't doing any test driving. I don't know. Was there any test driving before Meri, or was Meri his first?
He said that he had done some test driving during that one-on-one.
So he was kissing someone else's future wife or sleeping with someone else's future wife in that situation. So it's kind of hypocritical what he's saying.
And look at his 4 wives. Who do you think his 2 favorites were?
Probably
Robyn
the ones that actually had some
and Janelle. At
experience.
the end, it was Robyn and Janelle standing, and they're the 2 that were married before.
Mm-hmm. True. You get it. That's a good point.
They both rode that bicycle and knew how to shut Kody up.
They probably taught him a thing or two.
Probably. But this is what Robyn is saying is their culture, which she also says Brody doesn't know that he should be asking Kody to even date Aurora, who's 20.
Wow.
So that's their expectation. No wonder she's never had a serious relationship that you know of. She probably has. She probably just hasn't told you because it never got serious as far as
I
the
think she's a
talking.
closet freak. I bet she's done all kinds of stuff.
But Aurora told Kody that she wants him to protect her in dating situations. What does that even mean? And then Kody says he's supposed to ask the guy if he's got any sense. Really? Kody is the one who you want to figure out if the guy you're with has any common sense. Kody.
Right.
Cody. That's who your dud or stud detector is Kody.
Yeah, he's the dud. We don't ask the dud about advice on dating. And the Brody completely misunderstood the question in the first place.
Yeah, so they invite him over for Christmas, and he comes over, and they go upstairs to decorate the upstairs tree, which is like 5 foot tall. Who even has an upstairs tree?
It was an
doesn't
accident.
matter.
They didn't mean to get the 5 foot one. They meant to get a bigger one. But whatever. We're upstairs to decorate the trees.
And Kody, he's saying things like, how are you going to protect Aurora from yourself? Which I don't understand that either.
Well, first it was protector, and then he had to elaborate from yourself, and the guy still wasn't getting it because his brain, and I get it, I would have thought the same thing.
Went to what made the most sense.
Yeah, like protecting her if they were out someplace, or, apparently Aurora said, he said, like, tactical, like she was thinking tactical, and the guy has like jujitsu or karate or something. But if he wasn't with her, he gave her a pocket knife so that she would have a pocket knife. And Brody is trying to explain this to Kody, and Cody's, well, how would you protect her from yourself? And the guy is still not, well, I gave her a knife.
I gave her a knife and told her she could use it on me, which, what the hell? Do you have a death wish? Have you examined the stability have we put her through like a psych evaluation? Are we sure she's okay to use a knife? Because at home she uses butter knives.
I think the kid's just completely confused, and rightly so, because the conversation is not making any sense. And then that's when Kody started explaining away with the whole, you're kissing someone else's wife.
Well, he says
mentality crap.
Do you protect her from you hurting her? And I'm like, Kody, she's got to protect herself. This is asinine. You're going to ask the person who could hurt her to protect her, teach her how to protect herself, and then she'll figure the shit out. She'll kick him in the balls and walk off. And this is what Brody, fortunately, is doing, is empowering Aurora and saying, you can protect yourself.
Exactly.
Here is a way where you can do it. The whole thing at the end where he's talking about if you don't end up marrying her, like you want to be able to stay friends with her. Kody is mixing physical with love, which people have had unrequited love. You have a crush. They don't feel the same way. It doesn't stop you from getting hurt. You've never kissed him. You've never embraced him. You've never touched him. It doesn't stop the hurt. You can still be hurt without the physical, and people can have a one-night stand and be like, woo, that was fun, and have no emotion attached to it. He's conflating the two. And the way he's doing it, he's giving her chastity to some guy that she's never even met. Would you rather her like marry somebody and get divorced? That's probably more painful than...
Right. I don't know. Watching it was very painful because you could tell it almost felt like two different conversations because of the lack of understanding that Brody had and the direction that Kody was taking the conversation in. And it just didn't make any sense. It didn't make any sense.
If you don't want him to get intimate with her, just say, save it for marriage. Why are we on this weird... I mean, save it for marriage is a lot less weird than... her purity belongs to some other dude and not her. She can't even protect herself. You could go to her husband later and say, I protected her for you. Like, Kody, you're not even friend. Don't give him lessons on how to be friends with people after you break up.
It was just bizarre. It's just a bizarre conversation.
It's ridiculous. And he says that he is more discriminating now when looking at Brody than he was with Tony, Caleb, or Mitch. And he says it's because of the divorce. But
what a slap.
Is it because of the divorce, or is it because you just don't care about those kids? Or is it because you don't trust Aurora's judgment and you trusted their judgment? They turned out fine. Is it because Aurora can't sneeze without you having to get her the tissue? Because you're still probably having to wipe her hiney? Like,
the other ones are probably extremely blessed and have great relationships because he wasn't discriminating enough. I thought it was a little insulting when he said it. I didn't think
it doesn't mention the guys. All of these kids have made great marriage decisions, but he's not worried about Logan. I would worry about my son. I mean, he's only 4, but
we already know. Yeah, good comment to make.
And then I already said this, but him trying to get all over Robyn, saying mistletoe, and Robyn's excusing it, but she's so annoyed. She's just like, I don't want to touch you right now. The kids are there. The boyfriend's there. And apparently him watching Brody and Aurora hug and stuff turns him on and makes him want to jump all over Robyn.
Yikes.
Saul jumps in to save Robyn. Kody starts to get grabby and he grabs his mom and hugs her. And he's like, no, she's mine. He's got to feel that tension and is jumping in to like save her from that.
Yeah. Like I said, it was a very bizarre thing to watch. The whole thing there at the end. Weird.
And Kody is just now realizing you need to find the deal breakers before you get married. Something he is realizing now in his 50s that I realized in my 20s. I think Robyn, maybe she's realizing this now too. Like maybe I should have gotten to know him first before I married him. And now I'm stuck with this wart on my ass. As much fun as this episode was to put us in the Christmas spirit before Halloween, womp womp. Kody just, he brings the spirit down. Any final thoughts?
No, I'm good. I think I covered all of it as we were going.
Harley, your dog has some final thoughts. What's he saying?
I think he actually wants in here. I think I have him locked out this time instead of in here with me.
He wants to come hump your leg. He heard you say don't save it for marriage. So he's ready to
he's
give it a
too
shot.
old. He's geriatric. He's not even got humping on the brain right now. He probably just wants a drink of water.
Gonna
or
walk
some
out with the
food.
lipstick popping out. Anyway, thanks for listening to our coverage of Sister Wives, season 20, episode 5, Kissing Another Man's Wife. We'll be back tomorrow with 90 Day the Other Way, and we'll be back on Thursday with Love is Blind because it comes out Wednesday at 9:00. I'm excited about this reunion.
I am too. I hope we get some good dish.
I think we will. All right, Channel Surfers, thanks for listening. Make sure you like and subscribe, and we'll see you soon. Bye.
Let's ride.